A happy competition. Uphold the value of sportsmanship and show the best version of yourself in this competition. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Reni and I would like to wish you all the best for your English speech competition hosted by KUPANG. I know you are very fantastic participants and you will make it to the end. Wish you all the best and hello from Sydney, Australia.
Sobat genre, banyak banget jomblo yang pada baper ngeliat temennya nikah duluan. Apalagi yang nikah masih pada muda. Padahal nikah itu bukan akhir cerita cinta loh, melainkan awal perjuangan panjang.
Makanya jangan sampai asal halal doang. Banyak yang perlu dipersiapkan sebelum kita memasuki pintu pernikahan. Tentang kesiapan mental ini. Jadi, ketika ingin menikah, bukan soal gedung resepsi, baju pengantin, atau wedding organizer dulu ya guys, melainkan persiapan diri dan calon pasangan terlebih dahulu. Setidaknya, ada 4 persiapan yang perlu diperhatikan. Pertama, persiapan fisik, mental, finansial, dan wawasan.
So, jangan sampai menikah sekedar asal-asal saja ya guys. Tapi pastikan dirimu mempersiapkan sebaik-baiknya agar rumah tanggamu menjadi surga di dunia, bukan malah sebaliknya.
Semoga bermanfaat ya guys.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Let's say thanks to God who has been giving us guidance, health and mercy so we can attend and participate in this event. And my name is Anena Toda and it's a wonderful and precious chance for me to be your host at KUPANG English Speech Competition 2024 on a second session today. And for all the participants and teachers, I would like to introduce you to our judges today. Mr. Vicky Veka, he is a lecturer of Citra Bangsa University, Kupang, and our native speaker, Mr. Tyson. And I would like to say thank you to all the sponsors, Dinas Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan Provinsi NTT, Bank NTT, Akademik Teknik Kupang, Kanwil Kementerian Agama Provinsi NTT, Mr. Franciscus Go, Mr. Orias Modak, Mr. Franz Aba, Agromina, BKKBN Provinsi NTT, and Gramedia. And for all the participants as usual, we have some rules that we have to follow in this competition, and here they are. Okay, we are going to start our competition, and let's start from number 232 from Aduyini Azura Adienda Supriyatna from SMISN Chips. And for others except Azura, please wait in the waiting room.
Everyone, is my audio audible?
Yes, Azura. Azura, do you hear my voice clearly?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. Azura, are you ready for your speech?
Yes.
Okay, great. Azura Adienda Supriyatna from SMISN Chips, time is yours.
All right. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Salve, Namo Buddhaya, and greetings of virtue. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable all of the judges and audience. First of all, I would like to say thanks to God for giving me health and blessings so that I can join and deliver my speech. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that Indonesia aren't free from hoax yet? I personally, as the new generations, feels that our country is still not free from hoax yet. This applies to all of the candidates who represent our country and who will lead our nation soon. Every 5 years, Indonesia celebrates democracy and elections. The last elections held in 2019 and held again in 2024. The Komisi Pemilihan Umum or KPU has determined the fixed Daftar Pemilih Tetap or DPT of 2024 voters, which is 204.8 million people. We electors, of course, need to apply honesty during the elections because choosing well and wisely is the key of everything. Nevertheless, the numbers of voters who act honestly does not guarantee that the chosen one will also do the same. According to the data, the Indonesian Survey Institute, LSE, has revealed that there is still a chance of cheating in the elections in 2024. Although LSE has not been assessed for sure, but the potential of the flaw is seen in 50.2% and may occur because the sign has seen in front of our eyes. One real example of cheating in the election that we can feel is the black campaign, where the activity is carried out to attack the opponent by creating issues, gossips, or rumors without clear facts and evidence. With the current social media that booming nowadays, black campaign is intensively carried out by the candidates without us knowing it. Also, the community is haunted by the hoaxes because the news has spread widely. This is also supported by the public FOMO attitude that doesn't want to miss the latest information. Not just that, the lack of public literacy makes everything easier to swallow. The impact of this gossips will cause a stir among the candidates and also could divide the unity of the Republic of Indonesia. The black campaign violates clauses 28 sections 1 of Electronic Informations and Transactions Law or ITE law and clause 45A section 1 of Law 19/2016 with the maximum prison sentence 6 years or a fine 1 billion rupiah. When voters are told to be honest and have integrity on making choices for the welfare of the whole community, then the representative of our society must also do the same. Not just able to campaign, not just able to spread rumors, gossips, or false hopes for the society. So with displayed with the sweet smiles in the image of the billboard. So once again, I want everyone to vote nicely, choose wisely, and campaign healthily so that our nations will be free from hoaxes. My name is Odina Zuradina Supriana. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Altini. Yeah, so Altini, what do you mean by black campaign?
All right, thank you, judges, for the questions. What do I mean about the black campaign? As I said before, black campaign is an activity to carry out to attack the opponent by creating issues or gossips. This makes a negative impact for the voters because we, as the voters with the lack of literacy, swallow everything's easier. So that's why I want the voters outside there to choose nicely and also wisely, so that when the rumors come, we don't swallow it easier. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Tini. Good luck.
Thank you, judges.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky and Azura Adienda Supriyatna from SMIS and CHIPS. Kota Kupang, you did a great job. Thank you so much for your participation in this competition. We move to number 233, Juan Gerardio Payong Baba from SMIS Seminari San Domingo Hokeng, Flores Timur. Hello, Juan. Hello, Juan. Hello, Juan Gerardio. Hello, Juan. Okay, judges, Juan Gerardio has a problem with the internet connection, so we move to number 234. Anastasia Gemewatu from SMIS Katolik Regina Pacis, Bajawa. Hello, Anastasia.
Hello,
Hello, how are you this afternoon?
I'm good. Thank you.
Great. Are you ready for the speech?
I'm ready.
Great. Anastasia Gemewatu from SMIS Katolik Regina Pacis, Bajawa. Time is yours.
Good afternoon to all of us, the honorable leaders and editorial team of POSKUPANG, the honorable adjudicator, the honorable estimate organizer committee of the POSKUPANG English Speech Competition 2024, and dear fellow participants. First and foremost, let us together express our gratitude to the Almighty for the blessing that enabled us to participate in this POSKUPANG English speech event in good health. Let us embark on a journey of healthy and integrity-filled democracy. On this special occasion, I, Anastasia Gemewatu, from Regina Pacis Bajawa Catholic Senior High School, am here to encourage all of us to embrace hoax-free election as the primary foundation in shaping a resilient and competitive future for our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, in a world that is increasingly interconnected and information flows rapidly, we are faced with a significant challenge to ensure that every vote in the election truly reflects accurate knowledge. Free hoax election is the call to combat the spread of false information that can damage the essence of our democracy. As intelligent citizens, we have responsibility not only to be consumer of information, but also guardians of the truth. Let us emphasize together that elections are not just about the right to vote, but also about decisions that reflect information that is true and clear. Let us collectively build a healthy political culture where discussions and debates are based on fact, not on rumors or information manipulation. Choose wise. As the next generation, we have a crucial role in shaping the direction of our nation. Choose wisely, avoid getting caught by unhealthy information wars, and together, let's lead our country to the pinnacles of success through election free from hoaxes. Dear ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia is currently at the peak of democracy, heading towards the simultaneous election in 2024. This is crucial, where each vote carries equal weight in determining the direction of our nation as an implementation of healthy democracy. However, Healthy democracy goes beyond just the right to vote. It also involves how we process information in decision making. Therefore, election free from hoaxes serve as a foundation to ensure that every step we take in the realm of democracy is based on true fact. Firstly, we need to understand that false information or hoaxes are not just small issues. Hoaxes can disrupt the structure of our democracy by creating false understanding among the public. Therefore, being intelligent information consumer is the key to maintaining the integrity of election. In celebrating democracy, we also have crucial role in celebrating democracy. We also have responsibility to disseminate information with integrity. Let us together avoid spreading false news and instead become agents of change who promote the truth. Every small action we take in conveying information can have a significant impact on shaping public perception. Dear ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I once again invite all of us to make free hoax election a cornerstone of our democratic revival. Choose wisely and contribute to spreading accurate information, and together, let's create a better future for Indonesia. I am confident that by prioritizing integrity in every aspect of election, we can show that democracy is not just a process, but also a reflection of progress and justice. Thank you to everyone present. Let us together safeguard and celebrate the beauty of Indonesian democracy. Come, let's make free hoax election as a milestone in the revival of our nation. At the end, I would like to extend my apologies if there were any word they may have been inappropriate. Thank you for your good attention. Say no to hoax and become agent of change for a better Indonesian democracy. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Anastasia. So, in your opinion, how to make general election free from hoax? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. So, how we make general election free from hoaxes? First, if we see a weird information, we must check it and analyze the truth, that the news is it truth or not. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Anastasia. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky and Anastasia Gemewatu from SMIS Catholic Regina Pacis, Jawa. Thank you for your participation in this competition. We move to number 235, Francelia Oktotendriani Saskia Slamet from SMK Santo Bartolomeus Ruteng, Manggarai Timur. Halo Francelia. Halo Francelia. Halo Francelia. Halo Francelia. Francelia, do you hear me?
Halo.
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 Halo Francelia.
Halo.
Yeah, Francelia, do you hear my voice? Halo Francelia. Halo Francelia, do you hear my voice? If you hear my voice, please raise your hand. Okay, if you have a problem with the audio, please call or please contact the committee so they can help you. Francella, please unmute. Press the unmute button in the Zoom application, Francella.
Hello.
Hello? Hello, Francella, do you hear my voice or not?
Hello. Hello, yeah.
Hello, Miss.
Hello, Francella, do you hear my voice or not?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, are you ready for the speech, Francella?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, great. Francelia Okta Tendriani Saskia Slamet from SMK Santo Bartolomeus, time is yours.
Thank you. Good afternoon, our respected judges, and also my friends from other school who take part in these competitions. Let me introduce myself. My name is Francelia Oktatendriani Saskia Slamet. You can call me Tendri. I come from East Tenggara district, Lambalida sub-district, partially in Benteng, Jawa. I'm from Vocational High School, Saint Bartholomew's Benteng, Jawa, and I'm in 10th grade, majoring in multimedia. Ladies and gentlemen, before giving a speech, I will bring a rhyme for all of us. Okay, listen to me. There's a cat on hibiscus, long tail like a snake. If you want to be successful, don't be lazy and study hard. Thank you very much. I hope the rhyme is enjoyable. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme of the speech I chose was hoax-free elections. From the topic, I explained 3 points X more important to we know. First one, elections. Second, free. And last, hoax. Okay, first one, elections. General election is means of Democrats to create a state government system that is suffering by the people. The government system states that general election originates from the people is run according to the will of the people and is dedicated to the welfare of the people. Free has the been complete, not 100 distribute so that you can move, speak, and expect. And last, hoax. Hoax is information that is made up underneath to cover up real information. In the other words, hoax is defined as an attempt to distort what's using information is confusing, but whose truth cannot be verified. You know what a verdict? Okay, a verdict is something that is taught to test the truth of information. Hoax-free elections, which means that the government strives to ensure that elections are free from all kinds of hoaxes because hoaxes are very dangerous. When people deliberately use hoaxes to propagate to get from the public and so on. The meaning of freedom also means that unlimited freedom. And why I chose topic? Like use general election, which soon be held on February 14, 2024, and I want it to be held freely without any hoax or real. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my speech
about hoax-free elections. I hope it can be useful for all of us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Francilia. So, Francilia, what do you mean by hoax-free election? Thank you.
Okay. I make the general election with hoax. The best way to that, I think, that depend on our word. We must actually and choose open your eyes to know general elections. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Francilia. Good luck.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Francelia Saskia Selamat.
Promo astaga nugget! Dapetin cashback Traveloka Points hingga 888.000.
236 Hilarius Olamuda from SMS Seminari San Domingo Hokeng, Flores, Timur.
Hello.
Hello, Hilarius. How are you this afternoon?
Yes, I'm great.
Okay, are you ready for the speech, Hilarius?
Yes, I'm ready.
Hilarius Olamuda from SMA Seminari San Domingo Hokeng, Flores, Timur. Time is yours.
Peace and democratic election. Peaceful and democratic, two simple words with the meaning. These two words have a great impact on anyone who hears them. As what Margaret Mead, an American cultural anthropologist who featured frequently as an author and speaker in the mass media during the 1960s and the 1970s, said in one of quotes, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." Good afternoon. My name is Hilarius Olamuda. I am a 10th grade student of San Domingo Seminary High School. It has been a pleasure for me to be here and share my ideas and thoughts with all of you. On this special occasion, I would like to talk about peace and democratic election. Ladies and gentlemen, separation of power is an idea developed by Montesquieu, a French philosopher. He argued that power over the state should not exercised by the He argued that power over the state should not be exercised in absolute terms, but rather to the division of power between the legislative, executive, and judicial branches. The balance of these three functions can be carried out if they are carried out correctly without interference from each of the above stakeholders, which means that the three supervise each other to prevent above all power. This is in line with the principle of democracy adopted by Indonesia. Democracy is a more ideal. Democracy becomes real when all people have the right to participate in determining the direction of the nation's progress. This certainly represents the big idea of trias politica, where power is no longer controlled by certain individuals or groups. Democracy is a more ideal form of government in a leadership period. The main element of democracy is emphasized by the existence of the people's voice in a general election. This certainly represents the big idea. This certainly represents this explicitly in the 1945 Constitution, Article 1, Paragraph 2, which read that sovereignty is in the hands of the people and it is exercised according to the Constitution. From this view, democracy is truly practiced a part of the people human rights. Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia is currently facing a political year that tends to break down unity. The political year in question is the election. Elections or general elections are a means of democracy used in realizing a system government that sovereign through the people. The state government formed to general election is based on the people as in its round be the will of people through the government that has been formed through general elections. Elections are essentially a transition, a change of sovereignty. In this transition, there are not a few problems that accompany it. Various discourses are created to cause hatred, anger, and conflict. I'm not saying this through imagination, but the fact that really happened. Thousands of posts are scattered on social media with issues that can divide the nation. This phenomenon is characterized especially during the election. This should continue to promote peaceful and democratic elections at a representative country. Peaceful elections are a responsibility of all the people of the archipelago. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many ways that we can create a peaceful and democratic election, such as not making issue of race, religion, ethnicity, and class, and creating a narrative text that creates hatred. In my opinion, be smart, temptation-free voter, and do not abstain from voting, because your vote determines the future of the nation. That's all for me, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Hilarious. So, Hilarious, so what do you mean by the term trias politica? Thank you.
I'm so sorry once again.
Yeah, what do you mean by the term trias politica? Thank you.
Trias politica respond a current that means separation of powers, and purpose of this trias politica is prevent above state power. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Hilarious. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky and Hilarious Olamuda from SMAS Seminari San Domingo Hokkien Flores Timur. Hilarious, thank you so much for your participation in this competition. We move to number 237, John Matthew Kevin Bismarck J. Ujan from SMA Negeri 1 Nubatukan Lembah. Hello,
Good
John.
afternoon. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear your voice very clearly here. John, are you ready for your speech?
Absolutely ready.
Okay, great. John Matthew Kevin Bismarck J. Ujan, time is yours.
And I will definitely save the world. But Soekarno, proud and happy to be here. I am John Matthew Kevin Bismarck Jayaswananjan to deliver my speech entitled "We Are the Next." The Democratic Party in the 2024 political year looks different from before because the current Democratic Party is dominated by young voters. Based on general elections commission's data of permanent voter list in July 2023, there are 55% of voters that are actually young voters. Young voters are young individuals who are eligible to participate in the election or voting process. Young people are agents of change in society and have the potential to influence election outcomes and policy directions through active political participation. The challenges faced today are more political knowledge and understanding and the prevalence of voters on social media. To overcome these challenges, there needs to be an active role from young voters by registering as voters and using their voting rights. The solution is to improve political education and create relevant engagement. The active participation of young voters has great potential to create positive conditions in politics, raise new issues, stimulate political discussions, and expand the political agenda. Technology also plays a key role in increasing young voters' engagement. Social media, online platforms, and mobile applications enable rapid distribution of information, facilitate political discussions, and build awareness of political issues. Technology also provides platforms for digital campaigns that allows young people to actively participate in supporting or voicing their opinions. With easier access to political information through technology, we can feel that, oh, this is our world, and that is the digital world. In addition, by conducting discussions and forums, young voters can have the opportunity to exchange ideas in choosing political candidates, and automatically, young voters can have deep insight into socio-political issues. The benefits are that it can develop a solution-based critical view, can create a good environment for young people to have opinions, and motivate them to proactively engage in the democratic process. As a result, young voters can make the right choice. For all young people, not voting is not an option. The essence of voting is making the choice itself. No end result can be maximized if no one decides to make a choice. Voting is not about who gets elected. Elections are an opportunity to prevent bad people from coming to power. Therefore, the young generation who have not been contaminated by political rot should be proactively involved. Voting is a right, but getting others involved in elections is a noble and special calling, especially for young generation. Young engagement today is the foundation, the bridge, and the golden rung on the ladder to reach the helm in the future. Today we vote, but in the future we are the chosen ones. Let us show Indonesia and the world that young people are ready to compete in the 2024 election. The future is ours. We are the next. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, John.
You're welcome.
John. Yeah. So, John, what kinds of political education can be given to the young voters? Thank you.
I beg your pardon. Pardon, sir.
Hello. Do you want me to repeat the question?
Excuse me, sir, but your voice is not clearly here.
Yeah, okay. Then I repeat my question. So what kinds of political education can be given to the young voters, according to you? Thank you.
Thank you for your good and brilliant question, sir. My political education, it means we have to participate discussions or socialization led by General Election Commissions or KPU, Komisi Pemilihan Umum, and Bawaslu, Election Supervisory Agency, and political parties.
Yeah, thank you, John. Good luck.
That will discuss about socio-political issues. Thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck, John.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky and John Matthew, Kathleen, Bismarck, J. Ujan. Very energetic. Thank you so much for your participation in this competition. We move to number 238, Justina Carmelia Sumardi from SMAN 3 Lambaleda, Manggarai Timur. Hello, Justina.
Hello,
Hello, Justina. How are you?
I am fine, and you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking, Justina. Are you ready for your speech?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, Justina Carmelia Sumardi, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. My honorable, the judges, friends, and all the audience who listen my speech. Good afternoon to all of us. I am Justina Carmelia Sumardi from SMAN 3 Lambaleda. I want to deliver my speech under the title Peace and Democracy Election. First of all, let's praise thanks the presence of the Almighty God, because through His power we can gather in this place in the good of humanity. Dear audience, election should carry out peacefully. However, the AFL election has deep issues. The election also give us not parties to choose prospective state officials. But the election also give us the opportunity to appreciate and to respect for the creation of a society that is peaceful, safe, and quiet. The peace election is a general election that is effective by the community. The peace election can preface election impression. The peace election is a general election by the community. The peace election can preface impression and either that benefit to the people. Election is said to be peace if it is aligned with democracy, which determines for the people as the highest authority. Peace election prefaces freedom for the people to freely choose without coercion from any parties. Dear audience, like the previous election, many chaos irregularities often occurs before. The irregularities usually occurs due to misunderstanding and opinions which are not the same. The cases usually occurs before the party, after the party, or even on the election day. Those irregularities are defamation and hoax that make the election is not safe and peaceful. Dear audience, the peace election can preface and get a valuable impression in the Pancasila's instrumental area. Choosing is the right of human and communities who must be in accordance with the direct, general, free, sacred, honest, and fair. Finally, I hope this year's election party that give peace, safe, and peace impression. At the end, I apologize if I have wrong statements or behavior during this speech. I also many thanks to Pos Kupang that give me a chance to join this speech competition. May God always be with us. Good afternoon and thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Justina. Justina, what do you mean by peaceful democracy? Thank you.
I'm sorry, sirs, once again.
Yeah, Justina, what do you mean by peaceful democracy? Thank you.
Okay, sirs. Peaceful democracy as election without hoax. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Justina. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky and Justina Carmelia Sumardi from SMA 3 Lamba Leda from Manggarai Timur. Thank you so much for your participation. Say hi to your teachers behind you. Thank you for support Justina in this competition. We move to number 239, Ana Maria Betomuda from SMK Swasta Teluk Hading Lewarahang, Flores Timur. Hello, Ana.
Hello.
Hello, Ana. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, Ana, are you ready for your speech, Ana?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, great. Ana Maria Betomuda from SMK Swasta Teluk Hading Lewarahang, Time is yours.
Good afternoon, the judges of English speech competition. Now, I would like to speak. Thanks for the time given to me. My speech is about young voters. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let us always be grateful for the presence of Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, who until now still His grace and blessing, so that we can meet here in this special occasion. Well, for the next occasion, let me to introduce myself. My name is Ana Maria Betomuda. I'm from SMK Teluk Hading, Lewarahang, Kecamatan Loholema, Kabupaten Flores Timur. Frankly speaking, I'm so excited to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know that all of us Indonesians will hold a 5-year routine, namely general election. For the reason we as citizens are required to constitute our right to vote. Dealing with this, the involvement of the young voters in 2024 election is in spotlight. Some of the political experts assess that the involvement of the younger generation is a necessity to make the Democratic Party a success, which is predicted to be a strategic gateway to a golden Indonesia in 2045. Happy audiences. According to me, the young generation is an important entity that can maintain its existence and influence from a policy carried out by a leader. The important role of the young voters in supporting the 2024 election means that they must be smart in their action and selective choosing leaders. For adding information, young voters can participate in the election in real way, be selective in choosing capable leaders, aspirational and accommodating. Data proven us the several traits that the millennials generation and Z generation can use to make the 2024 election a healthy democratic party. The first thing smart young people need to prepare is to check their personal data on the final voter list of DPP. The second is check the biography of potential leaders. The next one, identify the vision and the potential leaders. And the last one is the very important to minimizing election fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, the last but not least, hopefully the young people, young voters, who is politically literate, active in paying attention to election issues, so that healthier, more democratic election atmosphere can be achieved and good leaders are elected who can realize of the people. That's all. Thanks for your attention and good luck.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. So, Anna, so how to be a smart voter? Thank you.
The first thing smart young people need to prepare is to check their personal data on the final voter list of DPP. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky and Ana Maria Bedomuda from SMK Swasta Teluk Hading, Leborahang, Flores Timur. Thank you for your participation in this competition. We move to number 240, Ivana Charin Samsuri from SMA Dian Harapan Kota Kupang. Hello, Ivana.
Hello. Okay, can you hear
Hello,
me?
Ivana.
Okay, I'll start my speech then.
Yeah, you can
Greetings,
start.
ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, and distinguished speaker. It is an immensely incredible opportunity for me to be virtually here with you today. I'm Ivana Karin from SMA Dian Harapan Kupang, and I'm grateful for the chance. Wow, time flies, and as you may all know that it is almost that time of the year again. Well, by now you will probably be asking, what time of the year it is to be specific? Well, notice how a ridiculous amount of candidate board is starting to pile up in the sideline of the street. It is vivid that the next upcoming election is already around the corner. So, as the electoral process is approaching, it is crucial and necessary to address the importance of our participation during this time. Now today, I will be talking specifically by highlighting the importance of young voters. KPU has stated that 55% of the young voters in 2024 will be dominated by Gen Z and millennials. And these young voters alone hold such a powerful forces that can already reshape the landscape of our political future. And now I was reminded by once a saying that the youth are the heartbeat of any thriving democracy. By what? By means that your ideas, your perspective, and your passion are the driving forces that can propel our nation forward. And right now is the time. As a part of the Gen Z and millennials, we need to wake up and realize that our votes matter. Your voice, your choice, and your voice matter. Although I understand as a young voter, we might be encountering some challenges throughout the process. As what? Well, maybe first, we may be encountering the problems such as navigating through the complexities of electoral process. And secondly, we may be just trying to figure out on how to be an informed voter who is actually critical, honest, and wise in understanding the vision and mission of every candidate duo who's in the long run. Lastly, we may be just simply finding the motivation to actively participate during these election season. However, though, do not let these obstacles stop you. Alternatively, let us all perceive this as a challenge, as a stepping stone, and not as a hindrance to stop us, but it is a chance for positive transformation. Now, moving on, these days, I've been seeing the most often problem that Gen Z and millennials are facing are not knowing where to start. Yes, you name it right, not knowing where to start. And without you realizing it, you will often get influenced by others' opinion. And suddenly, in a blink of an eye, without you realizing it, your vote has been tainted. And right now, you're probably asking me, yes, we get it. So the problem is crystal clear. And so is there any solid solution you could offer by now to resolve the matter? And the answer is yes. Yes, I do. What is it? Well, the right to vote carries a significant responsibility. It is important and crucial not to give in to external pressure. Resist the urge to make choice solely based on other preferences or the public opinions. Rather than, let the curiosity in you be the guidance. Find out, read, watch, and do research. There are multiple ways on how to stay well informed within these conditions today. And ensure that you fully understand before you actually decide where to cast your vote upon. Take the initiative and choose to be a well-informed voter in this era. Because in this era, where information is easily accessible, make sure to make the most use out of it. Engage in discussion and critically evaluate the information you come across by. Because by doing so, you're not only empowering yourself, but you also contribute in maintaining the vitality of our democracy. Now, lastly, I highly encourage every young voter rise to the occasion, get involved, and dare to question. Challenge the status quo, because your involvement is not merely a decision, but it is a responsibility that is owed to yourself and to your own future being. The future depends on what you do and decide on today, because our involvement in this upcoming election is not just merely an opportunity, but it is a chance to create the kind of nation that we have all envisioned. Lastly, before I close off the speech, let the potential that lies within each young voter be heard. Because again, truly, please remember that your choice, your votes, and your voice matter. And together, let us create a future that mirrors the ambition and dreams of the powerful young mind in our great nation. Thank you, and may the spirit of democracy guide us all.
Very good English. Excellent. You're muted.
Yeah, thank you, Ivana.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Ivana. So why did you say that the young voters are important in the general election? Thank you.
Pardon, I'm so sorry, sir. Could you please repeat your question?
Yeah, okay, of course. Yeah, Ivana, why did you say that the young voters are important in the general election? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. To answer your question, the young voter actually plays an important role. Why? Because we're actually the next generation that are gonna live up to the country. We are the future generation that are gonna live up in the future. So it is also important for our partake in today's election. In 2024 election, it is very important us as a young voter, because without us realizing it, next upcoming year, we're the one who's gonna be leaving it. Okay, let's say that example, I'm 17 years old or 16 years old. The next upcoming 5 years would be a decision that we need to make. So it is very important and crucial because it does not only plays a huge important role in our political and government system, but it also plays an important role in our life. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Ivana. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky and Ivana Charin Samsuri from SMA Dian Harapan. Very impressive. Thank you so much for your participation in this competition. We move to number 241, Maria Fladeriana from SMK Cahaya Putra Kupang. Halo, Maria. Halo, Maria. Hello, Maria. Hello, Maria. Please please press the unmute button in your Zoom application so we can hear your voice.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Maria Valderiana from SMK Cahaya Putra Kupang. Now I will speak about hoax free election. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let us always be grateful for the creation of God, who until now still give His grace and blessing so that we can still meet with His. Salutation with regards to greetings if not word, We give to the spirit of Lord of nature, namely the great proper God. Hopeful with the many prayers, we will get the safaris in the end. Ladies and gentlemen, I am respectful as we all know that we will have a 5 years routine, namely the general election. For this reason, we as citizens are required to exercise our right to vote. Ladies and gentlemen, choosing a leader is a liability for all of us. For that, let us determine each of our choices based on our choice of conscience, which is certainly of not ordained in. Choosing the leader who can profit and can also solve each problem that is being and will be faced by the great Indonesian nation. Ladies and gentlemen, countrymen and men of water, because it is an absolute obligation for us as citizens who have a responsibility to use our chosen things. When the time came for the election, I strongly encourage all of them to use each of the voting rights granted. Ladies and gentlemen, a dynamic essence of water because of age distance is a thing that shows a nation as an advanced person. In other words, if we export a change and development for this beloved nation, then of course we must be able to choose the right leader to direct this nation to a much better direction, this beloved country to a better level. Ladies and gentlemen, who a highly respect election will only be held within 5 years. Let us spend time using our voting rights and certainly not actions. It is definitely a wrong attitude. Of course, if we are not conquered, with work to coming to polling station to use our right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's always support the movement a change towards a better direction for a great nation, for a great country and nation. One of them by not being citizens who do not want to exercise their right to vote. Let us determine our choices according to our conscience and objectively. That's all, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Maria. So, Maria, what do you mean by hawks? Thank you.
Bernard?
So, what do you mean by hawks? Thank you.
Hawks free election.
Yeah, thank you, Maria. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky and Maria Vladeriana from SMK Cahaya Putra Kupang. Thank you for your participation in this competition. And judges, we move to number 243. 243, Maria Lisari Sastra Baru from SMA Negeri 8 Kota Komba, Manggarai Timur. Okay, judges, I have an information for the committee that Maria Lisari Sastra Baru has a problem with internet connection. So we move to number 244. Bernadette Tawadoa from SMKS PGRI Bajawa. Halo Bernadette. Halo Bernadette. Hello Bernadette, are you ready for your speech?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, great. Bernadette Tawadoa from SMKS.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam, namo buddhaya, sampai om swastiastu, salam kebajikan. Afternoon, the honorable judges, thank you for my teacher, my brother friend. Before I start the speech, I will introduce myself. My name is Bernadette Tawadua. You can call me Dian. I'm from Peter I. Bajawa Vocational High School. I'm honored to speak to you about peace and democracy. Elections are fundamental part of any democracy, and the will of people is power. As you know, peace and democratic election is an important. If events are loved in many ways, and it is important that we all work together to address it. In my speech today, I will discuss specific points about the topic. I will also say some idea about what we can do to make a difference. Peaceful elections are essential for secularism. They ensure that all voters have the opportunity to participate in the political process. Second, they help to prevent violence and violence. Third, they promote trust and confidence in the government. Ladies and gentlemen, democracy elections are also essential for secularism. First, they ensure that all votes are counted equally. Second, they help to ensure the promote the rule of law and human rights. Peaceful and democratic elections are essential for any country government accountable. To participate in the political process to help to ensure that they are peaceful and democratic. Democratic elections are also important for several agendas. For example, they help to promote economic development. When people have confidence in the government, they are more likely to invest and start business. This can lead to economic growth and prosperity. Peaceful and democratic elections are also important for promoting peace and stability. When people have a voice in the government, they are less likely to resort to violence or anger. This can help to create a more peaceful and stable world. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, peaceful and democratic elections are essential for any country democracy. They are a way for citizens to express the will to hold the government accountable and to promote economic development, peace, and stability. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention.
Yeah, thank you, Bernadette. So, Bernadette, so what do you mean by a peaceful general election?
Thank you for your attention. I will answer you. When people have confidence in the government, they are more likely to invest and start business. This can lead to economic growth and prosperity. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bernadette. Good luck.
You.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vicky and Bernadette Tawadoa from SMKS PGRI Bajawa. Judges and all the participants, we are going to have 5 minutes break. Take your time and we will be right back.
Sobat genre, banyak banget jomblo yang pada baper ngeliat temennya nikah duluan. Apalagi yang nikah masih pada muda. Padahal nikah itu bukan akhir cerita cinta loh, melainkan awal perjuangan panjang.
Makanya jangan sampai asal halal doang. Banyak yang perlu dipersiapkan sebelum kita memasuki pintu pernikahan. Begitu menikah, kamu sudah harus siap menjadi orang tua, sob. Kamu harus rela menghabiskan waktumu untuk mengurus anak, mencari nafkah untuk keluarga. Nah, banyak yang lupa mempersiapkan mental untuk menjadi seorang ibu atau ayah. Hasilnya, setelah menikah malah merasa terpenjara. Ingat ya, yang salah bukan pernikahannya, tapi ketidaksiapan dalam memikul tanggung jawab. Jangan cuma pikirin yang enak-enaknya saja setelah menikah. Yang tadinya cinta, bisa loh berubah jadi benci. Kenapa? Banyak pertengkaran antara suami istri terjadi karena belum matangnya mental saat menikah. Sama-sama masih egois, sama-sama belum bisa mengendalikan diri. Sehingga banyak pernikahan retak atau bahkan tumbang akibat kurang kesiapan mental ini. Jadi, ketika ingin menikah, bukan soal gedung resepsi, baju pengantin, atau wedding organizer dulu ya guys, melainkan persiapan diri dan calon pasangan terlebih dahulu. Setidaknya, ada 4 persiapan yang perlu diperhatikan. Pertama, persiapan fisik, mental, finansial, dan wawasan.
So, jangan sampai menikah sekedar asal-asal saja ya guys. Tapi pastikan dirimu mempersiapkan sebaik-baiknya, agar rumah tanggamu menjadi surga di dunia, bukan malah sebaliknya.
Semoga bermanfaat ya guys.
Kawan, tahu nggak sih, masih banyak loh orang NTT yang belum peduli dengan dana hari tua nih di saat tidak produktif lagi, baik untuk pekerja informal maupun untuk pekerja formal yang memasuki masa pensiun. Nah, biasanya ada pertanyaannya, apakah kita masih produktif di masa pensiun atau di masa tua nanti? Apalagi dengan kebutuhan di zaman sekarang ini yang semuanya butuh duit dan modal. Untuk biaya pendidikan anak, biaya untuk modal usaha, dan juga biaya untuk modal di hari tua nanti. Karena itu, solusinya adalah Tenun NTT. Apa sih Tenun NTT itu? Tenun NTT adalah kepanjangan dari Tabungan Pensiun Bank NTT. Tabungan Pensiun Bank NTT merupakan tabungan berjangka yang pengendapan dan simpanannya sampai dengan jangka waktu batas usia pensiun atau BUP, jangka waktu usia keikutsertaan pembiayaan tabungan pensiun Bank NTT, minimal batas bawah 18 tahun sampai dengan batas atas 50 tahun untuk pegawai non-formal. Dengan syarat untuk usia batas atas maksimal pengendapan dana 6 tahun dan untuk pegawai informal sampai batas usia pensiun atau mengikuti batas usia yang ditetapkan pada perusahaan atau instansi. Ada banyak juga manfaatnya kawan, setorannya fleksibel, bebas biaya administrasi bulanan, bisa diikutsertakan dalam program asuransi life dan suku bunga menarik di atas suku bunga reguler. Tabungan Pensiun Bank NTT juga menawarkan produk asuransi Taspen Life yang bersifat opsional yang memberikan manfaat jaminan investasi dan perlindungan atau proteksi. Jadi kawan, ayo kita siapkan dana pensiun sebelum kita memasuki masa pensiun agar di masa pensiun kita bisa produktif atau bahagia dan juga bermanfaat. Pensiun sonde harus tua, tua sonde harus pensiun.
Sobat genre, banyak banget jomblo yang pada baper ngeliat temennya nikah duluan. Apalagi yang nikah masih pada muda. Padahal nikah itu bukan akhir cerita cinta loh, melainkan awal perjuangan panjang.
Makanya jangan sampai asal halal doang. Banyak yang perlu dipersiapkan sebelum kita memasuki pintu pernikahan. Jadi, ketika ingin menikah, bukan soal gedung resepsi, baju pengantin, atau wedding organizer dulu ya guys, melainkan persiapan diri dan calon pasangan terlebih dahulu. Setidaknya, ada 4 persiapan yang perlu diperhatikan. Pertama, persiapan fisik, mental, finansial, dan wawasan.
So, jangan sampai menikah sekedar asal-asal saja ya guys. Tapi pastikan dirimu mempersiapkan sebaik-baiknya, agar rumah tanggamu menjadi surga di dunia, bukan malah sebaliknya.
Semoga bermanfaat ya guys.
Welcome back to Post KUPANG English Speech Competition 2024. Judges, we start from number 245. 245, Catherine Cynthia Eka Putri from SMAN 1 Nangapanda. Hello, Catherine.
Yes, hello, Miss.
Hello, Catherine. Are you ready for your speech?
Yes, I'm ready. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear your voice very clearly. Catherine Cynthia Eka Putri from SMN 1 Nangapanda, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, and greetings of virtue. Honorable jurors and my dear audience, good afternoon. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Catherine Cynthia Eka Putri, a representative from SMA Negeri 1 Nangapanda, who will be presenting a speech entitled Smart Young Voters. But first of all, let us give praise and thanks to God Almighty, because it is by His will that we can all be in this place. Secondly, I'm always grateful to the Lord Jesus Christ, who has brought us out of darkness into the era of light that we live in today. And last but not least, I would like to thank the judges for giving me this very special opportunity. I'm standing here in front of you all to deliver my speech on smart young voters. But what is a first-time voters? First-time voter are Indonesian citizens who on the day of voting have reached the age of 17 years or more, or have been married, who already have the right to vote and have never been registered as voters. The Central for Strategic and International Studies says survey at the end of 2022 entitled Young Voters and the 2024 election states that the proportion of young voters at 17 to 39 years is predicted to be close to 60%. Okay, it's so important. The category of young voter in question is the Z generation and millennial generation voter groups. This figures shows the large number of first-time voters and young voters. But however, the question is whether these young voters have sufficient knowledge about politics and democracy, or are young voters was making decision about who to vote for? Because of their large number, the future of this country depends heavily on young voters. So, how do you become smart young voters? Okay, let me explain. As a generation born in the digital era, young voters are very adept at playing with digital technology. Therefore, filter the information received on social media, especially related to election and prospective leaders who are currently using social media as a campaign tactic. This critical attitude can be started by paying attention to the social media accounts of election organizers, election participants, and dangerous content that tend to lead to hostility. Do not be contaminated by the interest of a group. A novice voter must be smart in responding to the Democratic Party. Do not be easily instigated by money politics and other things that defeat from the election. The age of first-time voters is a very impressionable age. Do not choose a leader who is considerate to be able to provide guarantees only when running for office, but choose a leader who is considerate to be able to provide and bring real change. My dear audience, at the end of sentence, let us recall the legendary words of the first president in Indonesia, who sang that 1,000 old men can only dream, but one young man can change the world. The words of Bung Karno, the proclaimer of Indonesian independence, should be a whip that this nation can progress because the care of its youth. Therefore, be the successor nation that is smart to choose, smart to think, and smart to behave for the relation of more advanced Indonesia. That is all for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Catherine. So, Catherine, what can you do to be a smart voter? Hello, Catherine?
Yes,
can you hear my voice?
Can you repeat again your question, sir?
Yeah, of course. Okay, Catherine. So, what can you do to be a smart young voter? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for the great question. I will answer it. All I can do is search the information from the internet, how to be smart young voters, and not to easily believe hoaxes information that made from anonym. That's my question, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck, Catherine.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky and Catherine Cynthia Eka Putri from SMN 1 Nangapanda. Thank you so much for your participation in this competition. We move to number 246, Stella Ivana Rambo Rija Pawolong from SMA Kristen Y Bakul, Sumba Tengah. Halo, Stella.
Yes, hello.
Hello,
Yeah.
Are you ready for your speech, Stella?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, great. Stella Ivana Rambo Rija Pawolong, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon us all. Ladies and gentlemen, On this bright day, we should give thanks to God for blessing us to be able to gather in this place with good health. Let me introduce myself. My name is Stella Ivana Ramburija Paulung. I'm student from Christian Macbakul High School. It is an honor for me to be able to stand here and deliver my speech with title, Indonesian Youth are Proud to be Smart Voter. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that we live in a democratic country, and this has been regulated in 1945 State Law, Article 1, Paragraph 2, that every 5 years, all Indonesian citizens hold a general election. As an intelligent and qualified young generation, we should always participate in election. A number of surveys say that young people are the largest voter population. According to the KPU RI website, the final voter list of the Indonesian people is 204 million voters. But the other websites, such as databox.id, say that 2024 voters are dominated by young people, around 56.45% of the total voter. Even in our province, is Nusa Tenggara, there are around 29.26% of Generation Z who are involved in the election. My friends, it means that we, young voters, already have a power and have a big influence on future election participation. A proud achievement, right? My friends, why should we be proud to be young voters? First, because it is a sign that we care about the nation. Second, when we participate in election, it means that we are intelligent voters who are capable, because we are able to analyze which candidate is the right one for us to be the best leader for a better future for the nation. It would be even better if we were not only proud of being beginner voter, but we have to try to be smart voter. The way to become an intelligent smart voter is not easily influenced by money politics. I'm sure we all understand this. Don't let us make the wrong choice because we are involved in money politics for irrelevant purposes. But I'm not worried because my friends here are all quality young people who are capable of being intelligent voters. Ladies and gentlemen, we all need to know that political awareness is a determinant of election participation. However, the lack of political awareness means that novice voters tend to be unstable in making decisions or easily change. Some even do not their voting rights. They feel that their one vote doesn't have any impact. Even though this is wrong. Let's imagine, okay, maybe one person think that, but what if everyone think the same thing? What will happen? We, as an intelligent young voters, must be more open-minded. We have to be more critical and throw away the thought that one vote doesn't have any effect, because every goal counts. Every vote has an influence. My friends, one thing we need to realize. When we grow up, we will face many challenges that can change our views on politics. The more we grow up, the more we will know that choosing the best candidate is important. So, from now on, care about our and in the future. Remember, 5 minutes in the voting place affect 5 years of the nation's future. That's the speech I can deliver. I'm Stella Ivana Ramurija Paulong saying goodbye. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Stella. So, Stella. Yeah,
welcome,
Stella,
sir.
what can you do? What can you do to make your friends participate in the general election? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question, sir. Maybe for do that I will need a help from teachers and parents. For example, teachers can provide lessons about election deliberation for consensus, which focus on cultivating attitudes as citizens. And teachers even can provide direct samples of the election process through the activities of selection class president and student council president. And parents also have a role in cultivating children's character, such behaving honestly, fairly, respecting each other, mutual cooperation, celebration, and so on. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Stella. Good luck.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky and Stella Ivana Rambori Japa Wolong from SMA Christian Waibakul, Sumba Tengah. You did a great job today. Thank you so much. We move to Angela Maricideru from SMA N2 ISSA. Halo Angela. Hello Angela.
Hi. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, great. Angela Maricideru from SMA N2 ISSA, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama budaya, salam kebajikan. The Honorable, thank you for the opportunity given to me. I also want to thank the Master of Ceremony for giving me opportunity to deliver my speech. My name is Angela Maricideru. You can call me Mechi, SMA Negeri 2 ISSA. On this occasion, I'm going to talk about peace and democratic election. First of all, let's thank to God for we are still allowed to be here in a good health without a lack of anything. Ladies and gentlemen, election in a sense are the learning process in order to grow nation. Election are also a momentum test for all elements of the nation on how far the value of democracy have become part of Indonesian true identity. Ladies and gentlemen, the value of democracy are intended to resolve disputes peacefully and willingly, to change rules regularly, and to enforce political decisions, to acknowledge the value of diversity, to acknowledge and guarantee the legitimacy of injustice, and to advance. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that all of us present here agree that the peaceful elections are a big war that requires the participants to maintaining the climate and security during the entire series of election stage. With the limits to first, help ensure that the peaceful election not merely interpreted as a slogan, but rather as an effort to create a conducive atmosphere during the entire series of election stage. Second, to be will to agree that maintaining peace during the election is the collective responsibility of all elements of the nation without exception. Third, help ensure that all elements involved in political campaign activity and dignity of each party, including their political opponents. 24 election can be proof that society has become smart in politics, as well as a celebration of our maturity as an Indonesian nation. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all of my speech, and the last I say thank you for your attention, and good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Angela.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so how to create a peaceful general election? Thank you.
I'm sorry, can you repeat again?
Okay, so how to create a peaceful general election? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. First, maintaining order. Second, respecting differences of opinion. Third, respect each other and do not put each other down. Do not put each other down. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Angela. Good luck.
Yes, you are welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky and Angela Maricideru from SMAN 2 ISSA. You did a great job today. Thank you so much for your participation in this competition, Angela. Judges, we move back to number 233, Juan Gerardio Payong Baba from SMA Seminary San Domingo Hokeng, Flores, Timur, and he is our last participant today. Hello, Juan. Juan, please press the unmute button in your Zoom application.
Check.
Okay, I can hear you now, Juan.
Thank you.
Are you ready for your speech?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, Juan Gerardio Payong Baba, time is yours.
Peace and democratic election. Ronald Reagan, the 40th President of the United States, once said, "The ability to handle conflict is peaceful ways." These beautiful words remain us all, that living peacefully is what everyone wants. We currently don't want to spend our time creating conflict day after
Hello, Juan.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
Sorry,
Juan,
because
due to the problem with the internet connection, you can repeat
Yes.
your speech.
Okay. Peace and democratic election. Ronald Reagan, the 40th President of the United States, once said, "Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to handle conflict is peaceful ways." These beautiful words remind us all that living peacefully is what everyone wants. We currently don't want to spend our time creating a conflict day every day. Good morning, my name is Juan Gerardio Payong Baba. I am a 10th grade in San Domingo Seminary High School. It is an honor for me to be here and share my ideas and truths with all of you. On these special occasions, I would like to talk about peace and democratic elections. Ladies and gentlemen, whom I honor, since 1955, Indonesia has introduced to what is called elections, a system where people are allowed to vote for candidates of their choice. All citizens have the same right to vote, right to vote. Elections are an important moment for us citizens to determine our future and that of the next generation. We are given the opportunity to choose the leader of this country, a person who is able to bring a better future for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, whom I respect, we are all aware that we are currently in the process of choosing the best leader for our country. It is a difficult process indeed, full of drama and stories and experience as well that we will tell in the future. Indonesia, as a democratic country, is undergoing a very difficult process to determine the leaders who will bring change to the Indonesian people who are eligible to vote, from Sabang to Merauke and from We to Rote. However, what is most important at this time, this year's election and previous year's election currently promote a sense of unity. Everyone is highly expected to exercise their right to vote to the best of their ability. Elections do not mean we have to fight with each other, arguing and debating about which candidate is suitable of the position. We do not want debates that will divide the unity of the nation, which will eventually lead to conflict. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that Indonesian loves peace above all else. We as proud Indonesians avoid the surface conflicts as much as possible. We know that the person who will be elected will never let the country down. We also know how to be democratic. We know how to respect other people's choice, no matter how different the choice is from ours. In a democracy, every vote has equal power, and every vote matters. This is a mentality that everyone should have and should also be well understood as president. Therefore, use our voting rights wisely and responsibly. Let us all maintain peace and order during the election process. Don't let difference in choice divide us. We are all parts of the same community, and we all have the same goal, which is the progress and welfare of our village. Ladies and gentlemen, in this year's election, Indonesia presents 6 extraordinary figures with extraordinary visions and mission in a better Indonesia. It is difficult for Indonesians to make a choice, but I am sure that everyone has a figure that they think will have a significant impact on this country. Our job is to ensure that we exercise our right to vote and show the world that we are a mature and wise decision-making society. Let us show that our democracy is strong and healthy, and that we are committed to maintaining the integrity and peace around us. I believe we all can do it. Let us together make this election peaceful and democratic election. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Juan. Hello, Juan.
Yes, Mister.
Yeah, in your opinion, what can you do to choose a good leader in the general election? Thank you.
Can you repeat it, Mister?
Yeah, in your opinion, what should we do to choose a good leader in the general election? Thank you.
My opinions, if we want to choose the best leader, we have to see how the leader can make our opinion running. Like, for example, we want a leader who care about his citizens, like in one little village. So we have to choose who participant do our opinion. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Juan. Good luck.
Thank you, Mister.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky and Juan Gerardio Payong Baba from SMS Seminari San Domingo Hokang, Flores, Timur. You did a great job. Thank you so much for your participation in this competition. And for all the participants, teachers and judges, we are at the end at our Poskupang English Speech Competition 2024. Today is our last day, and I would like to say thank you so much for all the participants for joining this competition. Thank you so much for the teachers for your support for the students in this competition. Thank you, judges. We make it till the end, and it's so amazing and a wonderful memories to us. And thank you so much for all of us for make it till the end for Poskupang English Speech Competition 2024. And for the information of the winner will be announced next week through our media social, especially Instagram at poskupang.com. So please pay attention on it for all the participants and teachers. And finally, I, as your host, say thank you so much and see you at the next Poskupang English Speech Competition 2025.
Sobat genre, banyak banget jomblo yang pada baper ngeliat temennya nikah duluan. Apalagi yang nikah masih pada muda. Padahal nikah itu bukan akhir cerita cinta loh, melainkan awal perjuangan panjang.
Makanya jangan sampai asal halal doang. Banyak yang perlu dipersiapkan sebelum kita memasuki pintu pernikahan. Begitu menikah, kamu sudah harus siap menjadi orang tua, sob. Kamu harus rela menghabiskan waktumu untuk mengurus anak, mencari nafkah untuk keluarga. Nah, banyak yang lupa mempersiapkan tumbang akibat kurang kesiapan mental ini. Jadi, ketika ingin menikah, bukan soal gedung resepsi, baju pengantin, atau wedding organizer dulu ya guys, melainkan persiapan diri dan calon pasangan terlebih dahulu. Setidaknya, ada 4 persiapan yang perlu diperhatikan. Pertama, persiapan fisik, mental, finansial, dan wawasan.
So, jangan sampai menikah sekedar asal-asal saja ya guys. Tapi pastikan dirimu mempersiapkan sebaik-baiknya, agar rumah tanggamu menjadi surga di dunia, bukan malah sebaliknya.
Semoga bermanfaat ya guys.
Kawan, tahu nggak sih, masih banyak loh orang NTT yang belum peduli dengan dana hari tua nih di saat tidak produktif lagi, baik untuk pekerja informal maupun untuk pekerja formal yang memasuki masa pensiun. Nah, biasanya ada pertanyaannya, apakah kita masih produktif di masa pensiun atau di masa tua nanti? Apalagi dengan kebutuhan di zaman sekarang ini yang semuanya butuh duit dan modal untuk biaya pendidikan anak, biaya untuk modal usaha, dan juga biaya untuk modal di hari tua nanti. Karena itu, solusinya adalah Tenun NTT. Apa Apa sih tenun NTT itu? Tenun NTT adalah kepanjangan dari Tabungan Pensiun Bank NTT. Tabungan Pensiun Bank NTT merupakan tabungan berjangka yang pengendapan dan simpanannya sampai dengan jangka waktu batas usia pensiun atau BUP, jangka waktu usia keikutsertaan pembiayaan tabungan pensiun Bank NTT, minimal batas bawah 18 tahun sampai dengan batas atas 50 tahun untuk pegawai non-formal. Dengan syarat untuk usia batas atas maksimal pengendapan dana 6 tahun dan untuk pegawai informal sampai batas usia pensiun atau mengikuti batas usia yang ditetapkan pada perusahaan atau instansi. Ada banyak juga manfaatnya kawan, setorannya fleksibel, bebas biaya administrasi bulanan, bisa diikutsertakan dalam program asuransi life dan suku bunga menarik di atas suku bunga reguler. Tabungan Pensiun Bank NTT juga menawarkan produk asuransi Taspen Life yang bersifat opsional yang memberikan manfaat jaminan investasi dan perlindungan atau proteksi. Jadi kawan, ayo kita siapkan dana pensiun sebelum kita memasuki masa pensiun agar di masa pensiun kita bisa produktif atau bahagia dan juga bermanfaat. Pensiun sonde harus tua, tua sonde harus pensiun.